You've been lied to since birth. They told you to sit down, shut up, follow the rules, and someday you'll be successful. But here you are, broke, lost, weak, and wondering why nothing is working. Wake up. The world doesn't care about your dreams. It respects only action, only discipline, only results. Every single day, you make a choice. Build your empire or build someone else's. Dominate or be dominated. Win or stay a spectator in a game you were born to play. Being broke isn't about money. It's about your weak mentality. The second you think like a loser, you are one. That's the brutal truth. People hear the word broke and instantly think it's about not having cash. No, being broke is a disease of the mind. It's a mindset you wear like a chain around your neck every single day. It's the little voice in your head telling you to sleep 5 more minutes. It's the excuse you make when you skip the gym. It's the story you tell yourself about why other men are winning and you're stuck. That is what broke looks like. Quick thoughts leading to weak actions. You can have $10 in your pocket and still be on your way to becoming a millionaire if your mindset is locked in. And at the same time, you could be earning $50 a month and still be broke because you're mentally soft. You spend like a fool. You complain more than you build. You're addicted to pleasure. And worst of all, you believe that this is how life is supposed to be. That's the most dangerous lie. The truth is simple. The world doesn't care how you feel. It only rewards results. Being tired, sad, anxious. None of that matters. Winners get up. Losers make excuses. You tell yourself, I'm not lucky. I wasn't born rich. I don't have connections. Shut up. Every man who made it had a reason to quit. And they didn't. That's the difference. You've got to rewire your thinking. You need to stop being the victim in your own story and become the villain to your own weakness. Start hating your laziness. Hate your comfort zone. Hate the way you scroll on your phone for hours, consuming content from men who are outworking you while you sit still. Hate being average. That hate is fuel. Use it. Everything you want is on the other side of pain. That business you want to build, it'll demand long hours, cold showers, sacrifice, rejection, discipline. That body you dream of, you won't get it by watching others train. You'll get it by bleeding for it. That freedom you crave, it won't come from luck. It comes from war, and the first war is within your own mind. People think being rich starts with money. It doesn't. It starts the moment you say, I refuse to live like this. That's the first dollar you'll ever make changing your identity. You stop being the guy who waits and become the guy who takes. You start thinking like a top G. You stop saying, I can't, and start asking, how do I win? You stop being jealous of winners and start becoming one. If you still think being broke is just about income, you'll stay that way. Because the second you believe you're powerless, you are. The second you identify as a loser, you've already lost. So fix your mindset. Because once your mind is rich, your bank account will catch up. Success doesn't care how you feel. Discipline isn't optional. You either do the work or stay broke forever. Period. That's the rule. That's reality. And the sooner you accept it, the faster you'll stop living like a victim and start building a life worth waking up to. Success doesn't care about your mood, your motivation, your problems, your pain, or your past. It doesn't care if you're tired, sad, bored, or overwhelmed. It cares about one thing. Did you show up and do the work? Most men are emotional. That's why they lose. They wait to feel ready, feel inspired, feel happy before they take action. And while they wait, another man, less emotional, more disciplined, is outworking them. He's tired too, he's stressed too, but he moves anyway. That's the difference between average and elite. Discipline over feelings. Action over excuses. Discipline is not a motivational video or a perfect morning routine. It's not cute. It's war. Discipline is waking up at 5 a.m., when your body is begging for sleep. Discipline is training when you're sore, working when you're exhausted, staying focused when your friends are out partying. Discipline is doing the hard things over and over again, even when there's no immediate reward. You don't need more motivation. You need to become a machine. Robots don't negotiate. You need to reprogram your brain to stop asking, "How do I feel?" and start asking, "What's required of me today?" The man who chases comfort ends up in chains. The man who chooses discipline builds his own empire. Every day you skip the gym. Every minute you waste online. Every time you delay your mission, you're making a payment that keeps you broke. Not just financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, broke in your identity. And the worst part is, you know it. Deep down, you know you were made for more, but knowing means nothing without doing. Look around. The men at the top didn't get there by chance. They did what had to be done, whether they liked it or not. They bled for their goals. They sacrificed. They suffered. And now they reap what they sowed. The broke man suffers too, but he suffers in regret, in silence, in watching others live the life he wishes he had the courage to build. There are only two paths: discipline or destruction. You train or you stay weak. You work or you stay broke. You push or you stay stuck. It's not complicated. It's not about feelings. It's about doing what most won't so you can live how most never will. So next time you don't feel like it, remember this: success doesn't care. The world doesn't care. Winners do the work. Losers stay broke. Choose which one you want to be, period. You've been lied to. School didn't teach you how to get rich. The system taught you how to obey, break out, or stay average. From the moment you were born, they started programming you. Sit down, be quiet, follow instructions, don't ask questions, memorize this, repeat that, pass the test. That's not education, that's obedience training. The system wasn't built to create winners. It was built to create workers, men who follow orders, clock in, stay in line, and die broke without ever understanding what real freedom means. They never taught you how to build wealth. Not once did they teach you about assets, leverage, investing, business, or even how to control your own mind. But they taught you how to fear failure, didn't they? They made you terrified of getting the answer wrong, of standing out, of being different. That's not education. That's mental slavery. Think about it. Who benefits from you staying average? The system does. The rich do. They want you afraid, dependent, quiet. That's why they sold you the dream. Go to school, get good grades, take on debt, get a job, pay taxes, retire at 65. That's not a dream, that's a trap. A lifetime subscription to mediocrity. They don't want you thinking for yourself. They don't want you building your own empire. They want you weak, distracted, scrolling, consuming. They feed you lies so you never wake up to your own potential, and you fall for it. You believe that success is reserved for special people. For the lucky ones, no. It's reserved for the ones who break the system, not serve it. If school worked every straight, a student would be rich. But look around. The richest men on the planet didn't play by the rules. They questioned everything. They dropped out, opted out, broke out. They saw the game and refused to be pawns. And you still think playing it safe is smart? Safe is where dreams go to die. Wake up. You have two options. Stay plugged in, do what you're told, and live a life of quiet desperation, or break out. Learn what matters. Study money, study power, study freedom. Train your mind like a weapon. Think like a killer. Move like a boss. You don't need permission to win. You don't need a degree to get rich. You need balls. You need hunger. You need to reject everything they told you and start building the life they said you'd never have. Because if you don't, you'll stay average. You'll live in a loop. Working, surviving, never thriving. The truth is harsh, but it's simple. They trained you to obey. I'm telling you to rise. They built the cage. I'm handing you the key. Break out or stay average, your choice. No one is coming to save you. No rich man is handing you a plan. Get off your ass and earn your freedom. That's the reality. Harsh, raw, unfiltered, and exactly what you need to hear. Because the biggest lie you've been sold is that someone else is going to change your life. You wait for a mentor, a savior, a lucky break, a magic moment. But none of that is coming. Nobody is going to show up, take your hand, and lead you to greatness. That's a fantasy for weak men, for boys who never became warriors. The truth is, the men at the top built themselves from the dirt. No one handed them a blueprint. No one made it easy. They figured it out. They adapted. They suffered. They bled. And while you sit hoping someone sees your potential, they're already 3 steps ahead, grinding in silence, winning in private. You are not owed a thing, not respect, not money, not results. You must earn all of it, every second, every dollar, every inch. You think someone will come and drop success in your lap. Why would they? The rich don't waste time on men who wait. They invest in killers. They partner with sharks. They move with action. Takers, not excuse. Makers. And if you're sitting around waiting for the right time, you're already finished. Nobody is going to send you a wake-up call. Life already did. Look around. How much longer will you keep living the same broke life, the same routine, the same comfort zone that's killing your potential? You want freedom, earn IT, build something, sacrifice for something, suffer for something. Freedom is expensive. It costs time, energy, pain, focus, and war. You either pay the price or stay chained to mediocrity forever. You were born with power, but you surrendered it the moment you let fear run your life. The second you chose comfort over risk. The second you convinced yourself that average is good enough. It's not. You were not put here to survive. You were built to conquer. But the only way you'll ever feel that power is if you earn it through action. Get off your ass. Get serious. No more tomorrow. No more hoping. Start moving like a man with purpose. You're not entitled to results, but you are capable of achieving them. So stop asking for a plan, make one. Stop waiting for help, be your own backup. Stop watching others win. Start building your own victory. This is your life. No second chances, no do-overs, and every day you delay, the window gets smaller. The world doesn't need more followers. It needs more killers, more creators. More men who take full responsibility and go earn their place at the top. Freedom isn't given, it's taken, so go take it. I became rich because I outworked everyone. I didn't complain. I didn't cry. I got up and fought like a warrior. That's the formula. That's the secret. You want to know how to win, it's not luck. It's not some perfect timing or magical opportunity. It's blood, sweat, and relentless work. I didn't sit around crying about life being unfair. I didn't make excuses. I didn't wait for someone to hand me a dream. I built it brick by brick with my own 2 hands while other men were sleeping, whining, and wasting time. People want the reward without the fight. They want the lifestyle without the war. That's not how the world works. You think I got here by being soft, by watching Netflix, by skipping workouts? No. I became rich because I treated every day like a battle. I fought through fatigue. I trained when others rested. I worked when others partied. I stayed focused when the world tried to distract me, and I didn't stop. That's the difference. Everyone talks about how bad they want success. But most aren't willing to bleed for it. They want comfort. They want ease, and when things get hard, they fold. That's why they stay broke. That's why they stay average. I didn't fold. I embraced the pain. I welcomed the struggle. I made suffering my training ground, because every scar, every setback, every lonely night, those were the moments that shaped me into a machine. You don't get rich by being emotional. You get rich by being obsessed, ruthless, focused, You get rich by doing what others won't do, over and over again, even when no one's watching. Especially when no one's watching. I didn't need applause. I didn't need support. I needed results, and I earned them. When most men break, I bend. When they rest, I move. When they question, I execute. That's how I stayed ahead. That's how I built an empire. I wasn't born lucky. I made decisions that most of you are too scared to make. I faced pain you run from, and that's why I win. You want to change your life, good. But don't come to me crying. Don't bring complaints. Bring discipline. Bring fire. Bring obsession. Because that's what it takes. The world isn't going to slow down and make it easier for you. It's not going to feel sorry for you. It's going to keep testing you over and over. And if you're not built for war, you will lose. I became rich because I refused to stop. I treated my goals like life or death, and every day I earned what others begged for. No tears, no complaints. Just war. That's how champions are made. That's how legacies are built, not with feelings, but with fight. You can't scroll your way to a better life. You don't need motivation. You need obsession. Breathe success like it's oxygen. That's the problem with most of you. You think watching a few videos, liking a few posts, and feeling a little spark of inspiration is enough to change your life. It's not. Motivation is a short-term hit. It fades, it's cheap. Obsession is permanent. Obsession doesn't fade when you're tired. It doesn't care if it's raining. It doesn't care what day it is. When you're obsessed, you don't try to win. You have to win. There's no other option. You scroll through videos of men who have already made it, hoping some of their success will rub off on you, but it won't. They didn't scroll to get there. They sacrificed. They shut out the noise. They didn't waste time watching winners. They became winners. While you're distracted by dopamine, they're dialing in on domination. While you're watching, they're doing. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not a random event. It's calculated. It's intentional. It comes to those who are addicted to the process, not interested, not curious, obsessed. You should wake up every day thinking about your mission. You should go to sleep with it pounding in your chest. If it's not the first and last thing on your mind, you're not serious. You're pretending. You want to change your life. Delete distractions. Stop scrolling. Cut the noise. Stop consuming and start creating. Pour everything into your craft. Make your success the only thing that matters. Breathe it in like oxygen. Without it, you suffocate. That's the mindset of killers. That's how kings are born. Look around you. Everyone's on autopilot. They wake up, scroll, waste time, repeat. That's the life of a sheep, and you want to be a lion, then stop moving like prey. Every minute you waste watching another man's life is a minute you lose from building your own. And no one's going to refund that time. It's gone. You don't need more feel-good quotes. You don't need another hype video. You need to look in the mirror and ask yourself one question. Am I obsessed enough to suffer for my goals? Because that's what it takes. Real success is not built on comfort. It's built on pain, isolation, and relentless consistency. It's built when no one's clapping, when no one's watching, and you still show up like a machine. You won't rise by being motivated. Motivation is soft. It fades the moment life punches you in the mouth. Obsession, that's bulletproof. It's what keeps you going when motivation dies. It's what makes you unstoppable, and if you don't have that yet, get it. Or stay average forever. You either scroll your life away or build the life others scroll to watch. That choice is yours. Every day you stay average, a real man takes your spot, your girl, your dream, your life. Step up or get stepped on. That's the law of the jungle. You may not like it. You may not want to hear it. But reality doesn't care about your feelings. While you're sleeping in, skipping workouts, wasting time, some other man is out there becoming better than you in every way. He's hungrier, he's sharper, he's training harder, and while you're still trying to find balance, He's taking everything you want because he understands one thing. You don't get what you deserve, you get what you take. Average isn't neutral, it's a death sentence. You think being average means you're safe. No, it means you're food, you're prey. The world doesn't stop spinning for the weak to catch up. It keeps moving forward and crushes anything that stands still. If you're not actively rising, you're being replaced, slowly, quietly, and one day you'll look up and realize the life you wanted is being lived by someone else, and he earned it while you hesitated. You want the dream girl, the $1,000,000 lifestyle, the respect, the freedom, the power. Good, but guess what? So does every other man breathing. It's a war, and in war, only killers win. The man who works harder, thinks faster, and moves smarter gets it all. The man who makes excuses, avoids discomfort, and fears risk gets crushed. Simple, while you're figuring it out. That other guy is stacking cash, carving his body, locking in discipline, building his empire. And when your girl meets him, she sees the man you could have been, but weren't. Because you chose comfort over conquest, and don't blame her. Women are attracted to strength, direction, power. If another man radiates what you lack, she will leave, that's nature. And if that hurts you, good. Let it burn, use it. Every second you stay average, you're losing ground. There is no pause button. There is no waiting room. The world rewards results. It respects action. You're either climbing or you're being passed. And if you think you have time, you're already losing. You think you're young, there's an 18-year-old building an app, a 20-year-old flipping millions, a 25-year-old with more drive than you've ever felt. This is the most brutal game on earth, and you're walking through it like it's a playground. Step up. Train like your future depends on it, because it does. Work like your life is on the line, because it is. Every time you skip, every time you slack, someone else is gaining on you. And when he passes, don't cry, don't scream. You had your shot. You had the same 24 hours. You chose average, he chose war. So now you've got two choices. Be the man who takes what he wants, or be the man who watches it taken from him. Step up or get stepped on. That's it. You either build an empire or you're a slave in someone else's. Stop whining, start dominating, be a top G. That's the cold truth. Life only offers two roles, king or servant, builder or worker, predator or prey. And every day you choose one through your actions, through your mindset, through how you show up. Most men don't even realize it. They walk through life chained to a system designed to keep them quiet, obedient, and broke. They wake up, clock in, pay bills, follow orders, and then repeat the cycle until they die. And the worst part, they defend it. They think that's normal. That's not normal. That's slavery. You think your job is freedom. No, it's a leash. Someone else tells you when to wake up, when to eat, when to go home, and how much you're worth. That's not power, that's submission. If you don't own your time, your decisions, your direction, then you don't own your life. Someone else does. You're building their empire. You're fueling their dream. And what do you get? A paycheck just good enough to keep you from leaving and just low enough to keep you coming back. Every empire was built by a man who said enough. A man who stopped whining, stopped blaming, stopped waiting. A man who took full ownership of his destiny. That's what separates the top GS from the rest. While others make excuses, the top G finds solutions. While others complain about the game, the top G masters it. He understands one thing: the world bows to the man who refuses to kneel. Dominance isn't about ego, it's about execution. It's about waking up every day with fire in your chest and war in your mind. It's about becoming so valuable, so powerful, so disciplined that nothing can control you. Not the government, not the boss, not opinions, not fear. That's real freedom, and freedom doesn't come from begging. It comes from building, from blood, sacrifice, and obsession. You've got a phone, an internet connection, and access to more knowledge than kings had 100 years ago. What's your excuse? You've got opportunities all around you. Money is everywhere. You either learn how to take it, or you stay a slave begging for it. No one's going to hand you the empire. You've got to claim it like a savage. You've got to kill the version of you that tolerates average, that fears risk, that plays it safe. That man is your enemy. The world isn't waiting for you, it's already moving. Either you rise and dominate, or you get crushed under the weight of other men's ambition. So stop crying about how hard it is. It's supposed to be hard. That's what makes it worth it. That's what makes it real. Stand up, build something that can't be ignored, and stop acting like you're powerless. Be a warrior, be a machine, be a top G, or stay a slave, your choice.